Hello people, this is Ryder here with a review of the Army Hero Lava Super Lava Belt. So as you can see with this one, I don't have the box for it because of a thing they did with the later releases. So instead, I had to resort into getting this entire thing loose, which is another thing we'll get to. So unfortunately, we don't have the box, but we can look at the contents. We have the lava summoning belt itself. We have the lava energy key, and then we have the belt strap, to which we'll go into later. So, first off, taking a look at the lava summoning belt itself, it's pretty basic for the most part. Not basic, but like color scheme wise, it's pretty. It's alright. It's just this like gunmetal gray with little bits of silver on the side. And then like the top, just, still carrying that over. Obviously, its main selling point is the centerpiece, to which, obviously, as you can see here, we have these orange fins on the side, alongside, sorry about that, alongside, gosh, we have gray plastic that has gold chrome on the side for each fin. Obviously, for toy safety standards, these fins are doled out and are pliable. And then we have this chromatic, is that what it's called, centerpiece of this primarily being silver with blue as the highlight and such. And then as you can see here, we got green fans, to which if we just were to open this up. As you can see here, this is the full look of the summoning boat. As you can see, the fins fully lay themselves around the turbine fans, which they're green, which is interesting. Just push them back in like so. Then we got the back, which is, again, pretty basic overall. Again, just because of the nature of this toy, we have oldie copyright of 2013, because this toy is nearly 10 years old, or it is 10 years old. And then we have this belt system here. It doesn't work like, this is definitely new for Armor Hero, especially if we've taken a look at the XT summoners, because those ones work by one latch. Now this time, the belts themselves have the latches, which technically, I think the reason why I'm saying that, like, the appearance for this one is alright for the most part is just because this is completely different from the prop, just because of its coloring. Excuse me. The coloring is completely different from the toy to the prop, but I think that's what makes this one kind of special. But yeah, that's kind of basically it with the appearance of the summoning belt itself. So we will take a look at the belt strap, to which technically it comes in 3 pieces. I think I had this wrong actually, but I just had it the way the seller had it. So it comes into, obviously, a left and right side, and just kind of like the XT summoning belts, this is a flexible, pliable plastic. As you can see from here, that's why it's kind of out of shape. But it kind of works similar to a Ryder deluxe belt and such. Just that this piece is really quickie, because obviously, like, these buttons are here for the summoning belt. And then, like, if we look at the detail on the belt, it is pretty nicely done. Like, this is a nice design for the belt. You can just tell how, obviously mine's stained, but, you know, like, they got the same system down. It's just that, obviously, the belt cover is just a solid block. So, yeah. You just simply connect it like so. This is where I think is kind of difficult because of how pliable and gummy this plastic is. It gets kind of difficult trying to put these into the grooves. But you know, once you do that, you take your summoning belt and you clip it on from the side like so. And what? You got your summoning belt equipped. And I do think it looks pretty nice overall. I do think the two grays actually do look nice together. Like the contrast between the light gray and then the gunmetal gray. Or, like I don't think this is great, but I think it also helps too that the silver paint helps bridge or like helps transition this out and such. But other than that, it's a pretty simple strap. Obviously, it won't fit adult waist. There's no, unlike XT, there are no extenders. They didn't release any extenders for these belts, so you are kind of stuck with, the width that is here. So, and especially with how these belts are done, or how gummy these ones are, I don't know how well an extender will work just because of the nature of this. And this is an example of me trying to push this into another hole. As you can tell here, it's just not really wanting to budge. It definitely feels like it's gonna pop out eventually, so that's kind of unfortunate. I think that's kind of my only issue with this kind of material being used for this system. It just doesn't really allow itself to get pushed through and such. But yeah, because these straps are not going to get old. Last but not least, let's take a look at the gimmick item for this series. For the first time for this franchise, the gimmick items are not cards. Instead, these are what are called the energy keys and such. To which, they're keys. They're keys tied to the specific element of that armor hero and such. Obviously, to which this is the lava key. So as you can see from here, what signifies it as lava, we got the huge, like, it kind of looks like a dragon claw like grabbing onto, like, if you know the UI from Ninja Gaiden 2, but like for the health and such, with the dragon claw grabbing the Ninpo crystal, it's kind of like that, but not really. We have the element of we have the symbol for the element, obviously this one being lava, and I really like the red plastic they used for it and such. Then we have the base for it right here. We have the sticker to signify what it is. So again, this is the lava symbol that was up here. Then we have this metal plated end piece that is essentially kind of for aesthetic reasons, but it does have slight functions. Then when we turn it back, it's not mirrored, but it's the same design from the back. But the back is what basically tells you what key it is. But before we get to that, there's the copyright and don't throw it out. So this is, as you can see here, this is the name of the key. So this is Lava Key S1. So these, are kind of categorized weirdly, because I don't know the point as to why they're numbered, because they're all number one. It's the letter that only matters and such, which I personally don't know what the letters also mean, but I assume the S is supposed to be summoned because this is the transformation key. And then the only thing you can do with the keys is that if you were to twist, you can twist the top, but because of that, it twists the bottom too. Again, for functionality for the belt. Other than that, you can't do much with it because these ones don't work the way the show ones work. Because the show ones actually have the key portion pop out due to them holding the key. So this is technically the way the keys are supposed to be held, and the prop ones have a button back here that allow for the key portion to pop out and such. These versions do not do that. Also, obviously, compared to the show one, while the gray is kind of in vein to the prop, this is missing a lot. This is missing black accents, so it does kind of make it look plain, but I don't mind because what we would take a look at later. Also, just unfortunately, due to how mine was packaged, mine is kind of permanently stuck in this sideways position as opposed to straight. So yeah. So anyways, to utilize or to start playing with this, as you can see from here, we have an on and off switch like so. That's strange. Have we talked about that this needs 3 AAA batteries? Let's take a look at that. Oh. Alright. Would you look at that? Yeah. So, obviously I've been playing a fiddle on you this entire time. Yeah. The initial lava summoner I got came in completely corroded. The internals are absolutely fried. As you can see from here, the corrosion got to these points, which caused one of the wires to come off and such. I luckily do know which one this is supposed to resolder to, but yeah, the I left it in the warehouse for too long and the battery's corroded. So unfortunately, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I got another one. Luckily they're cheap, but one thing I wanted to get to before, the reason why I was showcasing things with this one is just because you can tell the sheer quality difference or the sheer difference in terms of appearance, because this is how you're supposed to get yours. This one's definitely in more rough shape, front appearance wise. Like the fins are faded, the chrome is faded out. Though at the same time, this could potentially be the case of like, this is what the original 2013 version looked like. Because this could have been this could have been a re-release before 2024. I kind of hope that's the case. So, I don't know, that could be the case, but I just wanted to point that out and such. But this one, however, I have to hold this down. Does work, but it's kind of faulty, as you saw. The on and off switch is sensitive, but yeah, that's what's supposed to happen. So we'll do that again. So you turn it on and it just kind of flickers and such. So to transform, all you need to do is just insert the key into the top slot and push it down fully until the fins pop out and such. So the keys have these two pillars right here, and they align in this empty slot right here to smoothly go down. And then they have these side buttons here to help them grip inside and such. So let's transform into Armor Hero Lava. Like so. So as you can see from here, it will just play the standby as the lights will flicker. And then to complete the transformation, just twist the key. So there we have the transformation for Armor Hero Lava. As you can see from here, it'll still light up once the key is inside. But as you can see, when you insert a key into the summoning belt, an LED, a red LED will glow within this portion of the energy key, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if I were to do that again, something seems off. To which, these fans are supposed to move. Or these turbines, I think they're fans. They're supposed to move when you twist the key in. But it seems like this copy of the belt that I got doesn't have working fans. The motor was going on. Like, you can hear the motor, but the fans aren't moving. But now, there's no motor going on anymore. So I think I probably killed that fully. So that's unfortunate. But other than that, yeah, that's kind of it with this toy. I think, to go on with the appearance of this thing fully, I think this is a really cool silhouette and such. I really like the look of the expanded fins with the energy key at the center. I really do like how much the energy key emits out of here. It's just a really cool silhouette overall and such. However, this is all we can do with this toy and such. And then once you remove a key, it will flicker back to the green LEDs. I don't think it will go to sleep. But yeah. So my thoughts overall on the Super Lava Belt, it's pretty simple, but I think that's okay. Just because I do think the sounds that we get so far are fun, but like, yeah, this definitely feels more akin to a modern Kamen Rider belt. To where it's like, oh, here, you only get the one gimmick item, so then you only get the one sound and such, because this thing doesn't even have, this doesn't even have finishers, obviously, just because that's what the other keys are for. And, yeah, this, like, I mean, it kind of does less than a modern Kamen Rider belt, because you can at least do a finisher. Okay, it went to sleep. So it's about, I think it's about, like, a minute 40? But, again, I think, despite this not being show accurate, I think there's a charm to it and such. I've always enjoyed the appearance of the Lava Summoner, and it's just really cool to finally own one, even though I technically own two of these, but yeah. I got mine off of Superbuy, specifically off of Xiaoyu, because I have to put a warning to this, because like a discretion on trying to track one of these down, because as you've already seen before, mine has a flaw of the fan not working. Please actually do your research on which one you're getting, if unless you don't care. Because you can like shell out the money and get an original 2013 Super Lava Belt, but personally, just obviously for the case of shipping and such, the box is unnecessarily large, which is why it's like maybe go for a re-release from 2020, 2022. Go for that re-release and such, because I think that's what this one is. I think that's why the plastic color is more brighter. But I'll have to say this, like, don't go for any of the newer re-releases of this thing unless you don't care, because the newer release of the Super Lava Belt, they for some reason decided to put the internals of the later RX Summoning Belt release inside of this, because of the fact that the RX Summoning Belt is using the same mold. Basically, it's like if, it's kind of like what they did with the Super Best Z Riser, where they re-release. So the Super Best Z Riser is a re-release of the original Z Riser, but using a modified it uses the modified they modify the internals, the internal like reader and such, to be of the Memorial Edition. They just took out the things specific towards the Memorial Edition, but it has all, like, in terms of reading the medals, it carries all of that. That's that's literally what the 2024 release of the Lava Summoner does, except like it's just the RX Summoning Belt sounds in the body of the Super Lava Belt. So if for some reason you don't want to pay the extra $10 for the Lava Summoning or the Lava RX Summoning Belt, you can go for it. But like, it's up to you. Personally, I do want to have the ability to have the toy original sounds, so I wanted to have a version. I wanted to have this, but yeah, I'll have to do this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people.